Ladies and gentlemen, Rolly Reyes, Miguel Lopez with the famous, great Mr. Don Soldinger. You know, I tell you what, Coach, you know what? Legendary Don Soldinger. You know what? The power offense, baby, at the U. You know, I'm running it now with some 10-year-olds. Man, you taught me well because them kids are perfecting it. That's a great job, Coach. How you guys doing this year?
Good. You know, I'm trying to help Lamont out a little bit here, and kids are starting to come around. You know, it's a chore, but you know they're starting to understand. I think I still got a long way to go, but they're getting better.
Coach Soldinger here at Southridge Senior High, helping out, trying to get these kids, you know, tighten up, looking like the old you. Coach, how's the off-season program going with some of the kids and working out?
Well, they're 4 months behind. You know, we didn't start till June. The guy that was my strength coach here at Southridge, Lenny Walensukowski, we started in June working with the kids. And we're 4 months behind. You should have started in January. You know, if we had them for those 4 months. See, a lot of it's not just physical, a lot of it's mental. Most of it's mental, really. And it's very hard to get used to our way of coaching because we're pretty hard on them. You know, we get in their face and we're after them and we get after them. But they're starting to understand it, I think, you know. But they still, hey, they're still going to test you. They still want to be testy, you know. And, you know, if I had that other 4 months, they'd be less testy now.
Absolutely. Coach, you know, since you've been here, all the kids are talking about Coach, you the drill sergeant, the captain, the general, because you bring the atmosphere to high school because you was here before. The locker room was yours. Now you back in that locker room. How do it feel coming back to the school that you had, and now you were here with one of your players that he asked you to come back? And I know you personally, and you give back so much to the community and the kids itself. What made you come back?
Well, the only reason I came back, actually, Lamont played at FSU, but you know. Stu Rogers was going to come back and run the offense, and Stu played for me in '79, and he couldn't get back into county, and Lamont, and we thought it was a done deal, so Lamont was left with nothing, and Lamont came back to me and said, "Will you help out?" You know, and I said, "I don't want to. I'm having a good time off. I ride 100 miles a week, and I do a little weight workout and stuff." And this is a chore, man. It's a chore, but I really like the kids. You know, I think the kids are going to get a lot out of it. But the man in the locker room is not me. It's Lamont Green. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when I came out early today, you guys had the kids together. Your guys was talking, and Lamont. I mean, the way he speaks to these football players, they keep their eyes on him at all time. He got them where you going, and plus having you on the team. I mean, Southridge is getting something that other teams don't have. And what you feel about your team this year? Your expectation for this team? What you're looking at?
Well, I look at this team, you know, in the weight room. You know, we've been working with them in the weight room, and they're studs in the weight room. I mean, they work. This might be one of the most talented teams overall I've seen at Southridge. The problem is getting the discipline and getting them to focus in on what they have to do to be really good, and that's the struggle. It's not their athletic ability or anything else. It's a matter of them allowing us to coach them. Sometimes they get a little defiant, you know, and they don't want us to coach them and stuff. Like I haven't got everything I wanted in, you know, right. And that hurts, you know, because you got to have the whole package in to really be good. And because they're not really putting a lot into it or enough into it, you know, it's going to take a little time. You know, I wish I had them in the spring. I didn't have a spring with them. I'm just trying to do this in the fall, and we don't even have two-a-days, so it's hard.
Coach, real quick, you got Homestead next week. What are you getting out of this game today?
Well, I saw them. I went up to Cypress Bay and saw them. You know, I think they're pretty athletic, actually. They're just, I don't know what's happened. They looked a lot better against Cypress Bay last week, you know. I mean, they were right in the game. They could have had a shot at winning the game. So, you know, I'm just trying to find the alignments. He runs a lot of screwy alignments. You can't say it's a 50 or 40. You know, you got to try to find out what he's doing. That's why I'm down here, to see if I can pick up some alignments on him, you know.
That's what you call real coaching, real coaching. You got to sit down and learn, draw the X and O. That's how you learned, didn't you?
Man, listen, many years ago, Coach gave me a DVD from the U. Yeah, had a lot of famous running backs that have already retired from the NFL. And you know, and you know what? It's just been an amazing thing. Coach, how many running backs do you have in the NFL?
Well, if you count Troy and Cedric Irvin, I had 10 guys in the league. I coached 10 guys that were in the league.
What an amazing thing, ladies and gentlemen. the legendary Don Soldinger here, joining us here at the platform. Coach, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Ro.
And we'll probably see you next week.
Miguel, you're the man. Take care. See you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rolly, Miguel, Don Soldinger, we're out. Going to catch the second half.
That's how you have it. Live.